my big sister forgave my dad, because my big sister was the last, her and my mom, they were the last people to hold his hand when he was going. Huh?
Yeah.
So I even missed his funeral. I was so bitter.
Wow.
I was like, mi siwezi zikau mzai.
Right.
You get it?
Yeah.
Like bitter, but also important, the circle you have. Because, saa ingine trauma works like this. Even the latest cases we are experiencing the suicide.
Yeah.
If someone wants to tell you, nataka kujiua, sometimes all they are asking is, show me the right path.
Okay.
Hold my hand. Hawakuulizi umzuie. They just want you to tell them, hey, chill, breathe, relax, talk to me. Right? So all those times when I was telling people how bad my dad was, I was looking for one person.
She is one of Kenya's most influential digital storytellers, a woman who turned pain into purpose and stranger stories into national conversations. Millions know her face. Thousands have sat across from her, sharing their deepest wounds. But behind the camera, behind the calm smile and soft-spoken questions, lies a story few truly understand. Who is LYN Ngugi really, and what happened to her?
Mkitembea unemse anataka something,
Yeah.
Dad would give.
Right.
So I'm looking at, was he fighting his own demons and we didn't know?
No. Yeah.
So when talking about navigating trauma, I say no one heals completely.
Yeah.
But you have to keep putting in the work. Triggers are going to come eventually. Right. You'll see something and it triggers you. You want to first breathe, acknowledge this is a trigger, and then look at how best you can approach the trigger.
LYN Ngugi was not born into comfort. She grew up in Huruma, one of Nairobi's densely populated, low-income neighborhoods, an area where survival comes before dreams and where children encounter life's brutality long before adulthood. In these narrow streets, lined with iron sheet structures and echoed of daily struggle, LYN learned her first lesson. Life has sharp edges, and you must learn to maneuver without bleeding too much. Her home was full of love, but also full of challenges that many children will crumble under. She grew up watching her mother fight battles most people never see. She learned responsibility early, empathy earlier, and patience earliest of all. But somewhere inside that little girl was a quiet spark, a spark that would one day ignite into a flame strong enough to light up the entire country. What really happened to LYN? In the shadows that shaped her, in the pain that taught her compassion, and in the poverty that taught her purpose. No one wakes up famous. No one becomes a storyteller by accident. For LYN, the dream began with observation. As a child, she watched the world around her, the good, the bad, the heartbreaking, and felt a pull she couldn't yet explain. She noticed the neighbors who suffered silently. She noticed injustices that went unspoken. She noticed how truth often lived in the background, behind the noise ignored by everyone else. She wondered, who speaks for these people? Who listens and who cares? The answer, she will later realize, will be herself. Determined to follow her curiosity, LYN pursued journalism and enrolled at the East Africa School of Media Studies. But even then, the journey wasn't glamorous. Journalism schools teach theory, writing, and camera fundamentals, but they do not teach you how to survive. They do not teach you how to confront trauma. They do not teach you how to carry the weight of other people's lives. And they do not prepare you for rejection, something LYN met more times than she ever expected. Still, she pushed forward, step by painful step, door by an unopened door, because the spark inside her was not ready to die. The breakthrough came when LYN joined tuko.co.ke, a rapidly growing digital media house. Here, she found the platform she'd been searching for, a place where real stories mattered, a place where she could finally connect her compassion with her profession. And she did, oh yes, she did. With Tuko Talks, LYN became a household name almost overnight. Her interviews touched nerves, opened wounds, and reached hearts across Kenya and beyond. People cried with her, people healed with her, People trusted her. But this was no accident. Behind each soft-spoken question was a woman who understood pain ultimately. Behind every empathetic nod was a woman who had lived the truth of struggle. She spoke to the abandoned, she spoke to the survivors, she spoke to the forgotten, and everyone listened. But with success came pressure, and with pressure came discomfort. The demands grew, the workload intensified, and the emotional weight became heavier each day. LYN's heart was full, but so were her shoulders, and soon the time will come for her to walk away. In August 2021, after months of speculation, LYN made a move that shook the Kenyan digital space. She announced her exit from Tuko. To some, it seemed sudden. To others, it seemed impossible. Why leave a platform at the peak of your career? But for LYN, the answer was simple: purpose, independence, and freedom. She wanted to tell stories her way. She wanted to own her own platform. She wanted to build something that carried her heart, not her employer's brand. And so she stepped into the unknown, alone, vulnerable, and determined. It was a bold move, a risky move, a move few will dare. But LYN has never been afraid of starting over. Many creators fail when they leave big institutions, but LYN wasn't just another creator. She had something rare: trust. So when she launched the LYN NGUGI'S show, the audience followed, tens of thousands at first, then hundreds of thousands, then millions. Her style didn't change, her empathy didn't fade, her courage didn't waver. She continued telling stories that other journalists avoided, stories of poverty, healing, loss, resilience, crime, and community and injustice. Every story was heavy, every episode was emotional. Every guest carried their entire life into her studio. And once again, the nation listened. But success didn't shield her from criticism. In fact, it magnified it. For every person who praised LYN, there was another questioning her. Some accused her of exploiting emotional stories. Others felt she pushed her guests into painful territory. Some argued she was responsible for verifying facts more rigorously. And online debates erupted. Was she a healer, or was she too comfortable with trauma? But what critics forget is that stories of real struggle are messy. They are uncomfortable, they are raw, and sometimes they make us confront truths we'll rather avoid. LYN wasn't manufacturing suffering, she was revealing it. And often, the truth hurts not because of the storyteller, but because we recognize ourselves in it. Behind the camera, LYN is not the invincible figure many imagine her to be. She carries the weight of every story she hears. She absorbs the pain of strangers. She wrestles with her own challenges, mental, emotional, and spiritual. There are days she breaks down, days she questions her mission, and days the stories become too heavy to hold. But each time, she rises. Because to her, storytelling is not a job. It is a calling, a responsibility, a form of service. And perhaps the reason she listens so well is because she knows what it feels like to go unheard. What really happened to LYN NGUGI'S? Life tried to break her, but instead, it shaped her. The poverty of her childhood didn't destroy her, it gave her empathy. The struggles of her youth didn't silence her, they gave her a voice. The challenges of journalism didn't discourage her, they gave her purpose. The controversies didn't crush her, they gave her resilience. The arrest didn't frighten her, it revealed her courage. LYN NGUGI'S is not a misery. She is not a scandal. She is not a fallen star. She's a woman who took every painful chapter of her life and turned it into a lantern for others. And as long as her microphone is on, as long as her platform exists, and as long as stories still need to be told, LYN NGUGI'S will remain exactly what she has always meant to be: a storyteller, a survivor, a voice for the voiceless, and a reminder that even in our darkest moments, we are never alone.